Hello again, we are glad to see you at our channel. In today's video, I have compiled the 5 key takeaways that I have observed from assessing the possible configurations of the 2024's Wood Dragon year that covers the general analysis of the Bazi chart. The first takeaway could see 2024 could be a robust, active, hostile, assertive, dynamic and bold year. This is because the Bazi chart of the year is mainly comprising of the active elements. When all of the 4 yang stems and the 4 yang animal signs start to surface, we can safely deduce that the outlook, general aspects and trends around the globe could possibly be influenced by plenty of dynamic interactions, hostilities and assertive policies. On a micro scale, these keywords may also impact on your current business scenes or your career scenes in 2024. If we put the keywords into the perspective of a global scale, let's also not underestimate the potential risk and impact that may culminate from some major events that are slated to take place in some of the most populous nations around the globe in 2024, particularly the presidential elections of the United States, the presidential elections of Indonesia and Russia, and also the general elections in India. This is because the 2024 Bazi chart implies the possibility of greater hostilities in the run-up process to the elections, and also pointing to a more polarized outcome that could result in even more assertive policies. Hence, this could possibly push us into a more precarious situation where the developments in global geopolitics, global economy, global food security and food supplies, global trade routes and policies, global oil prices and essential commodity prices may face even more volatilities. In the meantime, you may already observe that the possible impressions of 2024 have started to trickle in since early October 2023, which is also the month of the dog. This is because the dog month clashes to the dragon year, thus signaling us of an overview of a bigger things to come in 2024. Besides, let's also not forget that 2024 is period 9, which is also known as the period of fire. In hindsight, the effects from the fire could often bring larger consequences if matters are not dealt in time. This is simply because fire could just spread at any direction in no time. The second takeaway is the possibility of hostile shakeups, mergers and breakthrough. In this slide, we could see the dragon-dog clash, the tiger and the monkey clash, the combination between the dragon and the monkey, and the combination between the tiger and the dog. Often, combinations and clashes in the Bazi chart means changes. However, in 2024, the double clashes and double combos can also signal new discoveries, new breakthroughs, new opportunities, and new collaborations. Having this sort of double clashes and combos in a yearly Bazi chart is rare, which is why this configuration could benefit people who intend to create new breakthroughs and destiny in 2024. On the other hand, if there is a sudden jolt, say in a global market that shakes us to the core, the ensuing process will always be crumbling of organizations and companies, and subsequently the shaping of new mergers and acquisitions and plenty of new businesses popping up at the same time. We also know that the impact from this could affect every industries and sectors. It is also rare in our history that any governments or big organizations could accurately predict and stop the global markets from crumbling in a short period of time. So, the suggestion here is to start inculcating higher awareness of how this possible scenario may influence our current situation, and also to start envisioning feasible opportunities that may arise if this happens. No, I'm not saying that this scenario could be definite. This is being brought up here solely because the indicators are already there. It's just awaiting for some triggering factors to put them into realization. In the worst case scenario, when there is a sudden implosion happening in the global market, there will always be nations and people that will continue to thrive from this situation. After all, opportunities always arise during a crisis. Plus, we are now at the era of a multipolar world, a world of options, where we have plenty more of options to call upon. Looking back to the 2024 Bazi chart, This Wood Dragon year holds very strong potential to provide us this sort of unseen opportunities. This could be what many of us have been looking for. So, why not start envisioning 2024 as the year of your new breakthrough? The takeaway number 3 is that many of the potential decisions and executions taken by organizations, employers, or clients are likely to be aggressive, swift, and sudden. This sort of engulfing volatilities could add to the uncertainties that many could face in 2024. At the same time, there is also a potential signal and trend that many marketplaces and businesses could adopt swifter and aggressive movements in navigating the waters in 2024. This is primarily due to the appearance of the two mobility stars, which is the tiger and the monkey. With that being said, keep in consideration that some major decisions that are made by the governments, organizations, or businesses throughout the year could be shrouded with some volatile twists and turns, because the tiger and the monkey also forms a clash configuration in terms of Bazi. This now points us to the word of de-risk. Whether if it's in your business or career, now could be a good time to embark on some de-risking process. Carefully reevaluate your current liabilities, your career performances, your current business plans, your current working and business relationships, especially with your superiors, affiliates, or clients before the sudden tide sets in. Because when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, especially in 2024, where things could be rapid and frantic. Let me also take this opportunity to apply another layer of information, that is the 2024's yearly Qimen chart. You may now notice that there are two similar and recurring stamps as highlighted in red. Having the same recurring stamps in the Qimen chart could signify the energies of the year are pure, solid, rapid, and powerful. The double yang water stamps also signify movements, courage, and determination. Since the yang water is now the lead stamp for 2024, you can deduce that many of the situations in the year could potentially be fluid, ad hoc, and filled with many last-minute twists and turns. Also, there will be plenty of abrupt and rapid movements, especially within the sphere of leadership and governance, international trade, business and logistics, financial markets, and even military aspects. This Qimen chart of the year reinforces some of the perspectives that we derive from the Bazi analysis, where matters could swiftly turn fluid if we do not boldly step up in 2024. The next takeaway is the hiding wealth element. From a technical standpoint, the element that represents the general wealth creation opportunities for the year is the water element. However, the water is not so visible from the chart. What this could possibly mean is that the competition to gain wealth creation opportunities might be greater in 2024. Nonetheless, the Bazi of the year did signify that there is still a huge chance to garner wealth opportunities if you are willing to initiate the moves and exchange your effort and time to collaborate with the producers, the manufacturers, or the marketplace. Why is that so? The dragon and the monkey could potentially combine and transform to become the water element. At the same time, the opportunities in 2024 could potentially become more accessible if you are aware that you have monkey, rat, or dragon, especially in your month or year pillar. Having the snake, the rooster, the dog, the yang water, and the yin metal could also put you in a position to have easier access to the wealth creation opportunities in 2024. However, just by having the mentioned animal signs and elements does not equate to having a windfall. Whether if it's in your work or business, you would still have to initiate on the action steps to stand out, show up, and boldly express your leadership skills and provide feasible solutions to your clients, business circles, or even your bosses and colleagues. This equates to utilizing the metal element where the power is in the articulation through speaking. At the same time, metal could produce water. The suggestion number 2 is for you to express new brilliant concepts and ideas that suits to your current business and career demands. You may also provide solutions through various feasible strategies. This is because the element of water symbolizes the power to generate imaginations, thoughts, ideas, and strategies. What if your Bazi chart lack of water and metal element? In 2024, you can explore a short-term collaborations, especially with the ones that were born in the months of autumn or winter. The final takeaway that I would like to point out is adopting the spirit of abundance and to display strong leadership in 2024. This takeaway is in reflection to the wisdoms obtained from the general presiding hexagram for 2024, which is called the plentiful hexagram. That also correlates to the annual Bazi chart that consists of all yang elements. The other hexagram of the wood dragon year is also known as the hostility hexagram, where we have more or less elaborated in the earlier part. Now we may ask, what can the plentiful hexagram tells us? Is it plenty of debts and borrowings? Plenty of money printing and spending spree? Plenty of more higher interest rates and war fundings? Plenty of more inflation and rising costs of living? That could just be very well the case in 2024 if no effort is made to control the spiraling expenditures. Then, we also take a peek at the presiding hexagram for 2025, where the hexagram is basically calls for transformation. While I could be wrong on this, I would still think that it always takes something major to first happen in order for a huge transformation to take place thereafter. Whether or not 2024 is going to be a challenging year, the hexagram could provide some wisdoms to the potential consequences depending on how the larger forces and global leaders intend to chart their next course of actions. Knowing that there could possibly be a gap in a year where uncertainties could easily and rapidly set in, why not take this opportunity to first reform ourselves and be the first to contribute plenty of magnanimity and leadership ahead of everyone else? By adopting the spirit of the yearly hexagram, you could inevitably rise to become the new leader when the gaps are starting to emerge. Just before we end once again, I would like to re-emphasize that 2024 could be one of the most special years if we see it from a deeper Bazi perspectives. This is because this sort of Bazi configurations doesn't normally surface. Hence, let's take this opportunity to make the Wood Dragon year as your biggest breakthrough year to date. We hope you had enjoyed our sharing in this video. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back soon with more videos.